What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are amazingly well. I just got this massive download and decided to pop on to my YouTube channel to share it with you guys. And we are moving through right now some density. Now, whenever you see this video is exactly aligned and perfect for whatever's moving through your field at this moment of time. But in the collective right now, we are being called into deeper levels of healing. And a lot of us have been doing the work. If you guys are spiritually inclined, you probably wouldn't have clicked on this video if you weren't. You've been doing the work. You've been doing the clearing work, the activation work, inner child work, shadow work, dark night of the soul, dark month of the soul, dark year of the soul for some of us. And it's been intense. It has been. And it's almost like we got like a break for a bit. We are right now in a pivotal point of choice within the collective to go in deeper into our wounds and healings and traumas to clear some stuff we didn't even know was there. You know, most of the work we've been doing lately, as of meaning the last 3 years, really, has been conscious work. And if you've been on the spiritual journey and awakened for longer than that, like I have been, like it'll be 15 years this year that I've worked with a spiritual mentor, specifically on activation, clearing, movement, purpose, mission, and all the things in life. I was doing work back 10 years ago, but it almost felt like it was like surface level work. Although you wouldn't have said that at the time that it was, but when I look back on it, I'm like, oh my God, like I barely scratched the surface. Like I thought I was doing the work, but I totally wasn't doing the work. And some of you may resonate with that and be like, holy fuck, that's so true, because it just didn't feel that connected compared to the work we're doing now. How it all shifted was when we moved into the energy of Aquarius, like back in 2020, it opened up the palette for the divine feminine energy to move through. And most of us, especially us in female form right now, somewhere along the ethers, dimensional lines of past timelines, we blocked or it was blocked for us, our womb energy, our creation. And it doesn't mean that we couldn't have kids in this life, in this body. It means the potency of our power was taken out, whether that was because we got hung at the stake or we got, our throats cut open because we were speaking truth, whether we were ostracized as witches, as healers back in the day, whether we were tormented and tortured, and all of the mechanisms that we have been through as souls. And some of you in male figure forms right now remember times as females going through this experience. But those of us incarnated in a female form right now that are moving through our spiritual expansion, I can tell you 99% of us have wounds in our womb blocking our potency of light. Now, some of you have done the work already on this and are moving through it and are in this creative flow, in this energetics, but most of us haven't done the work. And we are being called forward right now in this energy. Wherever you're listening to this video, this is your moment right here, right now, to heal these wounds, to move through the deeper, darker rooted traumas within us that most of us have forgotten. In this physical life, in this physical form, if you guys follow my podcast at all, I went into this dimension in the last podcast. It was episode 86 of the podcast. And I dove into this experience within my field. Don't mind the puppies. They love to bark at things not happening, but we're training them to bark. So let's just hold space for them. Because I do live in a country where having dogs will sway people from breaking into homes, because that's actually a thing here. I live in Costa Rica, for those of you that don't know where I live. So just speaking that into the world, right now we are being called forward to heal these wounds, and most of us don't even know that they're there. So when we think about patterns that have been consistently happening in our life and we haven't been able to get to the root of them, and we think we have, but then it shows up again in a different way, or we're moving through this and we're like, why the fuck am I being blocked so much? What is happening in this field? How is this maneuver? Why is this showing up like this? It's because the energy of the femininity inside of us is blocked by something, by either a traumatic event like a rape, or like a traumatic sexual assault, or closing off because someone characterized you as something or something along those lines. And I can't speak into all of it because each of you is going to be different. And if I just go into all these scenarios, it may just open up stuff that is not actually yours. So I'm being called to just keep it that tight. But there's something blocking your creative flow potentially. And if you are a man watching this video right now, that could be in your strength to hold safety for the femininity in your life. Because a lot of men out there right now have forgotten about their actual role in the divine masculine energy of holding a space of safety for the divine feminine to be embodied, to move through. Because when we are in our creative flow, we activate that in you. When we are in our intuitive flow, we activate that in you. And you hold space for us to be able to be held in safety, to feel safe, to be held there so that we can dive in deeper. And we are in a movement right now of the divine feminine, not in a way of feminist energies, in a way of embodied feminine, of the power of the female. And that's why, you know, I follow a mentor and I am almost about to start to create in some of her programs alongside her. There's going to be a time this year that the yes is going to drop in. I know it. And she does a lot of priestess energy work, but she said, like, literally, I saw the message come out, and I've been talking about this for a few weeks now. But she said in the message, all of the women have been taken out in a lot of the old school testaments and a lot of the teachings. You don't hear about women. If we look at the Bible, we hear about women being whores and about women, you know, being diminished. We don't see their gospels. Where are their gospels? Where's the gospel of Mary Magdalene? There was a gospel. Where's the gospel of Mother Mary? You know, where is it? Mary of Nazareth. She had a gospel. Where are they? They're hiding. They're hiding the flow of the divine feminine in the world right now. And we, as feminine embodied energies right now, are being called forward back into our light. And this is a fucking potent movement. And it's so cool to watch it. It's so cool to feel it. It's so cool to see it maneuver forward. It's calling forward more trust. It's calling forward more surrender, more energy of being held, and calling forth the men to be able to hold this for us too, because we need them. We need their backing. We need them behind us. We need to feel supported. And this is the calling. So I just dropped on today to talk about this and about the reclaiming of the divine feminine energy, the reclaiming of the movement of this embodiment of this energy field today, because that's what they told me to do. And I follow my guidance every single time because somebody needs to hear this. And if you are feeling this, if you have questions about it, throw it in the comments. I would love to just have a conversation about this. Send me a DM on Instagram if you feel called to do that too, because I just love having this conversation. And somewhere along the line, I'll be in a program this year in 2024 about this. It will be for females for sure, even though I don't just specialize in that. I do a lot of work with male energies too, but this is going to be one. Once I get through my integration and purify this and really own this creative embodiment within me, because I can't teach what I haven't integrated yet, and I'm in the middle of it, I'll teach it. But this is a sign for some of you. This is a remembrance right here for some of you to step in, to reclaim, to move within this, to be within this, to hold this, because it's here. I love you guys. Thanks for being a part of my YouTube channel and for being in the space with me. See y'all again soon.